sabihin sa Sanggu.
This is a service brought to you by your Sanggu. Pag may problema, huwag mag-alala.
Meron? Ano nga ba ang meron? Paano nga bang mabuhay ng tapat sa meron? Don't you wish you can relive your philo classes? The terror teachers? The terrible oral exams? Or the even terrifying but liberating and life-changing aha moments? Lundagin mo, baby! Here's your chance! Lundagin mo, baby! Kasama ang mga pilosopong sina Jovi Miroy at Ron Capinding. Lundagin mo, baby! Leaping upward, leaping forward. Lundagin mo, baby! Leaping to greater heights, to greater wisdom, to greater magis. Lundag na, Ateneo!
Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, radyo, katipunan. Sa Vlog Blue Eagle kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, katipunero sugod, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan.
Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, katipunero sugod, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting at gigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan.
Lovely, super lovely 5'2" cutie from 2AB Dip My R. And welcome back, no, to another week of meaningful conversations with our beloved organizations right here at Kwentuhang MVP. All right, so pa-heart reacts naman dyan, guys, sa comment section if you're as excited as I am, because I can feel the potential from our array of guests today, no? But before that, syempre, we are coming to you loud and live from our homes via the Facebook pages of Radio-Katipunan, 87.9 FM, Ateneo de Manila University, and of course, the Council of Organizations of the Ateneo in Manila. You can also stream us via Radio Katipunan's YouTube channel at radyo-katipunan FM. We are also coming in via audio streams at any Shoutcast online radio station around the world. So just search for Radio Katipunan and I'm sure you'll see us there. We are also transmitting via the 87.9 FM frequency, so tune in if you are within the 2-kilometer radius of the Ateneo de Manila campus. Alright, medyo mahabang-habang spiel yun. Teka nga lang, kailangan ko muna mag-stretching. Okay. We are off to a great start with last week's episode featuring our very own Rec Week project heads, Miss Christine Lim and Anton Bacani, and of course, COAM's very own Vice President for Special Projects. We really learned a lot of fun facts, helpful tips, and words of encouragement from our guests to help everyone, and of course, choosing and discerning their orgs. Especially for our dear Freshies, no, who are experiencing their first Rec Week this year. Okay, so yung mga Freshies dyan na nanonood now, I'm sure medyo marami-rami kayo. Pa-heart reacts naman dyan sa comment section. Hello, Freshies! This is for you. And of course, we are now currently in the middle of Rec Week. And I bet everyone is excited to know that signups for all participating organizations will start on Monday, September 13. So guys, i-schedule nyo na yan sa Google Calendar nyo, ilagay nyo na yan sa Notion dashboards nyo or sa Google Sheets nyo because I'm sure everyone has been excited for this event. And you know, there's nothing wrong naman with feeling a bit confused or if you would like to know more about what the different clusters and orgs of COA actually do. So of course, syempre, we prepared a short video to help you guys out.
Excellence, nation building, and community. These are the values we stand for. COA is united in developing Ateneans to be active, competent, and holistically formed leaders who contribute to nation building through the Ignatian tradition of service and excellence. The Council of Organizations of the Ateneo Manila is the sole autonomous confederation of all 56 duly accredited student organizations in the Ateneo de Manila University. In COA, we believe in doing what we do best with a lot of heart, consisting of 9 different clusters, from the Analysis and Discourse Cluster to the Business Cluster, Faith Formation Cluster, Health and Environment Cluster, Intercultural Relations Cluster, Media and Creative Arts Cluster, Performing Arts Cluster, Sector-Based Cluster, and the Science and Technology Cluster. We may come from different fields and interests, but we all bring something new to the table. We are forever in search of new members, new blood to orient to the different cultures of the Ateneo. Members are our driving force, and we believe that by allowing these members to grow in our organizations, we are forming future leaders and pacemakers. We engage in our passions, and this is how we build our nation. This is COA Manila.
All right, and that was a very informative video. So if you guys are still discerning what orgs you want to choose, I hope that helped you in discerning. All right. Okay, and of course, that's not all the Rec Week fun that Kwentuhang MVP has in store for you guys. Of course, actually, sobra excited ko for this episode. Diba? Sinabi ko na yun sa inyo kanina. For this week, we'll be exploring more of the org culture in Ateneo through the stories of my very own batchmates who had their first Rec Week experience and org year online, no? So of course, joining us today are my kapwa ka-BS org in the org community, no? So please welcome Ralf Borja, Cass Valencia, and Jhio Camama. Hello guys! Hello!
Hello! Good afternoon, everyone. po.
Okay, sige. So baka we can get the ball rolling, no? Let's have the guests introduce themselves, no? Let's start first with Ralf. So Ralf, sino ka ba?
Hi guys, my name is Ralf and I'm currently the creatives head for KOA, KOA's Rec Week. I'm one of the creatives head rather. Like, hi Nicole, if you're watching, hi. I'm also the vice president for design and publications here in Ateneo Blue Repertory. Yes.
Yan, may pa-shoutout pa sa mga kababayan ni Ralf dyan. Hello sa mga kababayan ni Ralf. Okay, how about Miss Cass Valencia? Looking so fine today.
My God, Tish, grabe. Hi, I'm Cass Valencia from 2BFA ID. I'm currently a creative director in AJMA.
Okay, ayan, of course. Our very own, no? Parang last week, andito din siya eh. Bakit kaya nandito to ulit? Okay. Jhio, Camama, baka naman may masasay ka pa.
Baka marami, no? Pero hi everyone, I'm Jhio Camama from 2BS Psychology. So I'm currently a welfare manager for the chief of staff of KOA, but I'm also currently the chief of staff of the Sanggunian of the Office of the President. And wag ko na sabihin yung iba kasi baka marami, masyadong marami. So hanggang dalawa lang muna tayo today.
Okay, iba talaga mga ka-BS Org. Intense. Alright, so since now, you know, everyone knows who you are now, let's get into the fruit of our interview today. Alright, so, you know, just to start things out, how are you guys so far? No? How's academics? How's your org life? Maybe you guys can share.
Okay, yeah, for me naman here in Ateneo so far, it's kind of like so hassle to balance orgs, but it's still there. Like, I'm still balancing naman. There would be times na I would rush my requirement like an hour before the deadline or yeah, but still I still try to find time and squeeze in. Like yesterday I really got the time to study more. Yeah, so like in terms of academics, it's not really heavy. It's just more of time management talaga, because I had to like balance so many orgs last week because of the start of Rec Week, and now we're here like super balancing, like smooth sailing naman na so far.
Okay, no, I do agree with Ralf on that one. It all boils down to time management. So if you guys have the time, you guys can do it. But you know, you always have to make time for yourself, okay? Don't forget that, especially sa mga ka-BS org ko dyan. Alam ko, you know, how tempting it is to like do org work. But you know, sometimes guys, you need to take a breather, okay? So how about you move on to Miss Cass Valencia?
I've been doing fine naman. It's just that I feel like adjusting from summer to bigla online class again. I didn't have intercession, so it hit me like a truck that I was going to school again. And as for org stuff, the project that I'm gonna be creative director for is actually on second semester pass, so it's pretty chill. And I just shifted to BFA ID. So right now, like, my homework goes from magbasa ka ng 55-page reading to pag-drawing ka dyan, to gumawa ka ng meme ni Pokemon. So it's fun. I'm having fun naman as of this moment.
Yeah, that's so nice to hear, no, Cass? And of course, we're wishing you all good luck for the endeavors you have this school year. Medyo mahirap nga naman talaga mag-shift. But, you know, you've got us. You've got the whole org community right behind your back. All right. Syempre, we won't forget. Jhio, ano naman masasay mo sa org life and ACAD so far?
Okay lang. Buhay pa naman. I mean, definitely, there are some times where it's hard to manage the academic, school life, family life together. But there's some moments talaga, yung may mga ganung moment. But these are passing, you know, happy lang, fun. Natuwa naman, kahit mag-enjoy ka rin naman talaga dun sa mga pangyayari, no? Yeah. But yeah, generally, I'm doing generally okay.
Okay, that sounds really good, guys. No, alam ko medyo stressed pa tayo kasi nga medyo parang rec week proper na eh. So lahat tayo, I know, lahat tayo kumakayod for our orgs. But grabe the inspiration that you guys project today for all our freshies out there and for everyone else who's watching. See, you know, yeah, you guys are an inspiration. So, keep doing what you're doing now. Diba? Ayan. Okay, so yun nga, diba? Rec Week proper na. And, I just wanted to get to know you guys a little bit more. Are you participating in this year's Rec Week, no? Either as an applicant or as a recruiter? And maybe you can share your experience so far.
Okay, hi! Yeah, ako pala mauuna. But for me naman, for this year, I'll be both a participant and a recruiter. I'm actually planning to join new orgs like ACOM, like other new orgs. I'm trying to like explore more. But yeah, I'm gonna be a recruiter also. I'm gonna be a part of the EB or like the core who's gonna deliberate at new Blue Rep Freshies, Blue Newbies or something. Yun nga, yung tawag nilang newbies. So yeah, it's kind of like a really new thing for me because alam mo last year parang andun ako kinakabahan sa audition ko. Tapos ngayon ako naman na ngayon yung mag-aabang sa Freshies na kinakabahan din. Yung biglang kanta rin sa harapan namin or something like that. And it's a really new experience, honestly. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to be a recruiter and a participant of Rec Week this year because it's a really fun process and I'd really love to do it over and over again kahit as a participant or try to screen newbies. So, yeah.
Alright. Oo nga, no. Actually, diba, Ralf, parang napag-usapan natin a few days ago. Parang kahapon, guests lang tayo sa Kwentuhang MVP, no? Look at us now. Grabe. Diba talaga, time flies by so fast, especially when you're having fun. So, that's quite the, diba, something to look on forward to. So, Miss Cass, how about you?
So this year, for sure, I'll be a participant. So, actually, I was thinking na parang, yun nga, I'll try to be as active as I can in one org and then still try to have co and like as my main thing. Pero, parang, it's never enough eh. You always have to join more, apparently. So, I feel like I will probably join more like graphics or creative opportunities. Like I'm thinking of joining Gidon or maybe ACOM. Here, Ralf, I'll see you if ever. Pero if as for recruiting naman, I'm not sure yet, but I'm currently running for a position right now in COA as well. So I'm not sure yet, but wish me luck, guys. So I'll be recruiting if ever.
Okay, sige. How about Jhio? Baka may share ka pa sa amin.
Originally, dapat recruiter lang. Pero, in-entice ako ng mga people I know from Code. So, I might join Code. Code, accept me, please. Sorry. But I'm a recruiter. I'm gonna be a recruiter for Sanggu. So, yeah, I think yun lang naman. So, originally, dapat wala. Pero, well, sabi nga nila, you can't really expect anything. So, yun.
Yes, that's so true, diba? Where's the fun naman in life if you know what's gonna happen next? So talaga, it's something to look forward to. Alright, so now that we've gotten the ball rolling in our interview for today, how about mag-blast muna tayo to the past, no? Magpa-fast flashback muna tayo sa first year experience natin. So, based on your Coalesce experience last Rec Week, how did it feel to be a freshie in the first ever online Rec Week?
Okay, for me naman, as a freshie in the online Rec Week, like, honestly, I got sad. Of course, wala na yung hype na parang tipong mga tao yung mga anecdotes ng mga upperclassmen na may mga sumisigaw, join us with the banners and all, yung maingay na siksikan and all. I kind of got sad, honestly. But the recruitment process or like the Rec Week proper, like when I got to know my upperclassmen, when I got to interact with them more, or like when I got into the interviews, it was honestly fun because I got immersed and like I got to know them more. Like it's a really fun process, although it kind of gets really nerve-wracking at times, like especially when I was a applicant, when I was an applicant for Blue Rep, it was really nerve-wracking because of course it's my first time joining a theater org, and it's something I really look forward to. Like for 6 years kasi I really wanted to join Blue Rep. So ganon, parang like it, and then I got in, which was really fun. Like, you know, before kasi Rec Week, I really listed down the orgs I really wanted to join, and then it's there. Like when Rec Week came, I tried to join them agad, And yeah, but one of the regrets siguro that I had last year was I didn't get, like, I was already set with like a list of orgs I wanted to join. Yeah, I hope na I got to explore more the website and I got to know more about different orgs. And yeah, but now this is what I'm gonna do this year. Like, even though I'm a recruiter for some orgs, I'll still look into different orgs. Like yun nga, sabi ni Jhio, like code. I was looking into code the other day. And yeah, it's really fun. Like, I'm really trying to explore more since yun nga, vibrant and super cool ng org community. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, very vibrant nga talaga ang Ateneo Org community. And you know, Ralph, wow, isipin mo, no, parang last year lang, you were looking for Blue Red, pero ngayon, Mr. EB ka na. So that's something to give yourself a pat on the back too, you know? Okay, so how about Cass? What can you say for this question?
Well, last year, of course, like getting into Ateneo, it was such a big deal talaga for me. Like one of the biggest blessings of my life. And so, like, the moment I found out na I got in, I was so excited na. So, intersession pa lang, sumali na ako. And I was, like, when Atenina, shout out to Atenina, I love you. But, ayan, like, yung first IC namin, she gave me a rundown of all of the orgs. Like, during our meeting, she told me, like, what, like, each org did. And I was so excited talaga for Rec Week. Kasi parang, this is finally my chance to change or at least feel the change of environment from high school to college. Kasi in high school, of course, you have your clubs and it's exciting to get into new clubs. Pero it's different talaga eh, like the whole college experience of everyone working together for a specific purpose. And that's why I was so excited nga to find an org that served or that follows the same morality or like purpose that I have gets. So ayan, like of course yun nga, same with Ralph. I was so sad that it's online. Like especially me, but I love like being hyped and I love screaming and just loud people. It's the environment that I thrive in. But given the situation, I was still pretty happy naman with my experience because I feel like COA really gave us at least that experience as freshies na parang to try to make it as organized as possible and to try to make the application processes easier. Like at least the orgs did that. So yeah, it was exciting to have the interviews and everything, to parang go through the catalog of orgs that you could pick from. Kasi there's really an org for everyone. I actually truly believe that there's an org for everyone in Ateneo.
Yes, very, very true. No, I also resonate with that. There is an org for every Atenean out there. You will bloom somewhere. Sometimes it just takes a little time and a little effort, but for sure you are gonna bloom somewhere. So to all our freshies out there, wag kayong mag-alala. We've all been in your situation. All right, so Jhio, ikaw naman. Syempre, ayan na.
Well, for me, same as Ralph, I already had a set. So I already explored the orgs for LS when I was in senior high. I already knew the org that I was going to join. So originally, I had 3. But when I came into the Coalesces page, the website, I signed up for 7. So I signed up for 7 organizations. I got into 6. And I still currently I remained in the 5 orgs that I was in. So it was really an experience for me na parang, ako sabi ko sa sarili ko, 3 lang ako, gusto ko mag-focus sa ACADS, making friends, ayan. Dito tayo ngayon with 5 organizations and planning to join 1 more to make it 6 again. But since I already have external organizations, I don't really want to make it a lot more. But yeah, figure in terms of the experience, I guess it was a really somewhat difficult time for a lot of us because we didn't really fully experience the organization. Hindi mo na naranasan kung ano ba yung energy na kaya nilang ibigay para sa'yo or the advocates to truly feel how much they're fighting or how much they love their advocacy. But at a point, you really try to reflect on that and say, maybe this is an advocacy, an org for me. And yun, it's only really a matter of taking that first step into exploring the organizations. And the same as I did. I explored. Originally, I wasn't going to apply for COA M. But when I saw the coalesces, I was like, okay, you know what? Let's do Co-M. And then I signed up for cause, and then SE, and then finance. I got into cause, and look where I am now. I am the Rec Week, part of programs for Rec Week, and a chief of staff, part of the chief of staff for COA. So it's really, you never really expect the to be part of the organization. Magugulat ka na oh, may position ka na, may ano ka na, may ginagawa ka ng importante. So it's really fun thing to have naman.
Yes. Alam mo, actually, guys, pare-pareho tayo ng kwento dito, no? Ako, I only had one set org, one lang. I was like, Isaac lang. I'm sure Isaac. Shout out to Isaac and Admu. Hi, guys. Isaac lang yung set org ko. Tapos bigla naging 5. Surprise! Doon ako, surprise, no?
Surprise!
So, yeah, surprise! So, like, the org community in Ateneo, it's just so vibrant, like what Ralf mentioned. And the fact that you can see the fruit of your work. I think that's one thing that really pushes me every day, no, to keep doing that org work kahit medyo magulo na yung G-sheets, medyo sawa na ako sa G-slides, diba? It's seeing the work blossom, and you kind of want to pass that on to the freshies, right? Na parang there's still hope. And if you keep living with that thought of hope, diba? Parang, yeah, you just keep going. All right. So, yun nga, medyo napadami tayo ng sign-up ng orgs last year. So, maybe you guys want to share what was your discerning process when you were choosing the orgs, and how did you know or decide what org was right for you?
Okay, Tish. Like Jhio, as in, parang although I had a set of orgs, ang dami ko pa rin nasalihan na iba. Parang, I wasn't also expecting I'd get into COA. But I remember kasi I was a guest for Rec Week last year. I was a guest then for one of the talk shows for Rec Week. And then I saw how fun it was here in COA. And I joined. I saw how the community was, how I saw na I think I'd be able to grow here. And yeah, it was a risk na I took, but it was something that really blossomed into something yun nga, what you said earlier, bloom into something. I became a member for creatives team, and then later on I was a creatives head for JSEC, and then later on creatives head for COA and for Rec Week. And that's something I really didn't expect, na parang a year ago Ralf wouldn't think na he would be here. Also, he wouldn't expect na he'd be here in this talk show right now. So ayun, for discerning naman other orgs, it's something that does it align with the goals I want for myself. Take for example, do I want to hone my marketing skills? So that's why I joined AJMA, and I did. The skills there, talagang iba yung growth process in AJMA. Take for example in ACTM, do I really want to hone my skills in terms of my course, in the career path I want? It's something that I took into accountability, or took into account when joining orgs. Also, I joined Sangu. For me, the thought process in joining Sangu was, I really want to serve. It sounds so cheesy, but parang I want to be part of the body na tries to reach out to the student body and try to find ways to help. Take for example, one of the projects I worked on in Sangu was Panga Kasanga, which was to help outsourced workers. I was the creatives deputy for that. Yeah, it's a really fun process. You really have to discern more on why. Talagang, why am I joining here? It's more of, do you really want to serve? Do you want to grow? And that's something I really took into account. And now, this year naman, the reason why I'm joining other orgs, take for example, ACOM, I wanna join kasi the hosting pool, and I want to grow in that field. I wanna improve my public speaking skills. I wanna find a new set of community, because I found out na parang they're really so fun. And then later on, a friend of mine introduced me to peers, which is helping you grow more as a person and as a friend. And that's really something I have to improve on. And that's why I'm really joining these orgs. I want to serve, I want to grow, and I want to take into skills, really grow in different aspects.
All right. Okay, how about we move on to Cass? Sige, let's go.
Well, to be honest, I wish that I had Ralph's discerning method when I was a freshie, kasi honestly, at one point, I was just looking at the rec league page and I was just like, I like this one. I like this one. I think this one's cute. As in, because I already had Koa during the time. So parang, I felt like in Koa, there's so much that I could do kasi. Especially when it came to like sign-ups. Like, I was able to do creative work for so many projects. But at the same time, I was also able to go programs for co-awards last year with Jhio. And parang, I guess that's why I didn't think too hard about what was going to happen to me in each org. But ayun, at least for AJMA, I also have been like looking at AJMA for a while now because my brother, he used to be from UNT and he had parang their AJMA, it was a JMC. And I grew up watching them, like watching these like great marketing analysts just completely take the advertising and marketing world by storm. And so I looked into the Ateneo version of that and it's insane. Like parang this is exactly what I need for the profession that I'm gonna enter eventually. So ayun, that AJMA was an essential for me. For CADS naman, like I thought of joining CADS, it was because during the time I was super active in dancing, as in like 10 days in a row, my different dance class. And I thought na I could like continue that with the school team naman. Tapos there was COSA because of course it has the word advertising in it and I had to do it as well. So I just thought of like what was essential to me, but at the same time, what I could commit to like properly, because I feel like even though I genuinely want to hone like my skills outside of creatives, I feel like the most important thing is to remember that being in an org requires a lot of passion, and if you don't have that passion, it's gonna be so hard to continue. So and yeah, like when I was joining COSA, I thought na parang, okay, so because ang rami ko ng like, I'm gonna do creatives and all my other orgs, I wanna do externals naman in COSA. And then honestly, it was just not the experience for me. But I learned so much. As in like, ang rami ko talagang na, like, as in, that's when I started to find out that there's so much in like the world of promotions that I have to venture into. So yeah, so you have to know if you're gonna be comfortable with being outside of your comfort zone talaga. I guess that's also important.
Yeah, super duper agree, no, Cass. It's, you have to have a lot of passion to stay in an org. And it's, I mean, for me, it's totally fine also if you don't, like, yeah, let's just move on to Mr. Jhio Camama. Medyo nawala yung train of thought ko doon. So,
Okay lang yan. Okay lang.
Okay lang.
On my end siguro, wala lang, trip ko lang. Yeah, biro lang. Siguro on my end, it's really, the discernment is, does it align with your advocacy? At siguro at this time, you've already explored the advocacy that you were in. My specific advocacy is safe spaces. So that's why I joined CASMB. I joined Tugon at that time. I tried to join KAIS and some other orgs. And how does it align with your past experiences? So that's why I joined COAM, PA and ENTA. It's really learning to find how will you fit into that puzzle of orgs. I joined CASMB at the start, so I was like, oh, I'm in CASMB, so fun. But at one point also, it's when you're joining these orgs, they bring you to a new experience. My background is mainly in programs, mainly in project management. But now I'm currently the chief of staff of Sanggunian. So I did not expect, I wanted to be programs for CASMB, but now I'm like the chief of staff. So it really brings you to a different experience. So yeah, short and sweet. It's really finding that advocacy and how do you resonate with it.
Yes, super duper true. I agree. No, all of your answers are super nice talaga. Sometimes we get so consumed by fear kasi. Like parang, oh, will I fit in here? Oh, baka di ko kaya. But at the end of the day, the fact that you wanted to try it, that's all that matters. So don't beat yourself up, guys. I promise you, you will learn so much when you join orgs, no? I mean, same with Jhio, yung background ko, project management. Pero tinan mo ko, may position ako sa business development, no? So medyo, what? Hindi ako marunong mag-contact ng partners ng una, but look where we are now. So it's all about embracing what you know and what you don't know and striving to learn what you don't know. Okay, so yeah, that was a very fruitful segment, no, guys? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Tish.
So,
yes.
sorry, medyo ano tayo.
Anak carry pa.
Carry pa naman. Okay.
Alarm ko ba yun?
Parang time for class na, Ralf. Paano ba yan? Did you guys hear that?
Asan? Oh my gosh. Are we late
Okay,
na?
surprise guys! Looks like it's time for our new segment right here at Kwentuhang MVP. This is How True and Blue Are You?
Patay.
So this mini game is really simple. Okay guys, I will ask you Ateneo-related questions. Then you guys just have to answer it. So since wala naman tayong buzzer dito, no? So please say your name out loud lang. Like Ralf or Cass, Jhio, ganun lang. And you will be given 5 seconds to answer. Otherwise, the other guests may steal. So first person to get 5 points wins and of course gets the bragging rights and the Hall of Fame sticker sa Kwentuhang MVP. Okay. So yan, stretching na tayo, guys. Okay, so are you guys ready?
Ready.
Wala,
Ready.
magagawa ko. Ready.
Roar.
Okay guys, for your first question, name at least 5 clusters in the COA-M organization.
Jhio.
Okay, sige.
May go ba? Wait lang. May go ba? Dapat may
Walang go-go dito. Walang go-go dito, Cass.
Ano ba, Jhio?
Okay, sige
Go,
guys.
Jhio.
Okay, Jhio, I'll give you this one. Pero next time, you have to scream your name after the go, okay? Jhio,
After
let's
the go
let's
ba?
Oo.
I wasn't informed, pero analysis and discourse, sector-based cluster, science technology cluster, performing arts cluster, health and environment cluster.
Wow.
Ang galing.
Parang-
Mo talagang pag-BS Org.
Parang ang dami pang gustong sabihin ni Jhio.
Gusto mo, sabihin mo na lahat.
Kumpletuin mo lang, gusto.
Kompletin mo na.
Pumunta ko na iba. Business cluster.
That's it.
Ayan, okay lang.
Cluster.
Okay na.
Okay, sige guys. Now, medyo game face na tayo ha. Palaban pala si Jhio dito. Okay, so
Siyempre.
your next question. Guys, remember after the go ha. What does ISIS stand for?
Ralf.
Go. Ano ba? Hindi ba kayo nakikinig sa akin?
Ayan si Jhio.
Jhio,
Wait
go.
lang.
Wait, hindi ko, wala
Hindi ko rin alam
Halata
Sa'yo
hindi
na lang.
nag-check ng ISIS.
ISIS, wait. Ateneo Information System. Ateneo Integrated. Yun lang, alam ko doon. Ateneo Integrated System.
Pwede mong steal, Ralf.
Okay, Cass, go.
Ateneo Integrated Student Information System.
Alright, tama. Ayan ang ating Miss Fine, Cass Valencia. Alright, sige. So, current points natin ngayon, 1 Jhio, 1 Cass. Ralf, konting habol pa
Ralph,
konti.
catch up tayo, Ralph.
Ralph, sa'yo naman ang point ko.
Okay, so, ito medyo mahirap to, no? Pati ako, nahirapan ako nung nakita ko yung question na to. Enumerate at least 3 buildings in the Ateneo campus. Go!
Ralf.
Jhio!
Ayan,
Ano
Ralph!
kayo dyan?
Bellarmine, CTC, MVP.
Teka lang,
Ano
check
ibig
ko
sabihin
muna
ng CTC, Ralph?
yung- Oo nga.
Wait lang.
Sa mga
Sige.
ugali mo, Jhio.
Basta
Hindi mo pala
Convergent
alam.
Technology Center, something.
Oh,
Okay,
Alam.
mukhang nakapasok to ng Ateneo, no? Okay lang yan, guys.
sana all.
Ako din, hindi. Alright, so...
Iba.
Ay, iba.
Ayun.
Pero okay
Ay,
lang,
tama.
naman.
Taman. Okay.
Alright. So, we have 1 point for each person. Okay, guys, last 2 questions na tayo dito. So, kailangan habol-habol kung gusto manalo. Okay, so this one. Since kakagaling lang natin sa fresh year natin, no? Enumerate at least 3 core subjects in the Ateneo curriculum. Go. Sorry.
Ralf.
Ralf, okay.
Wait, I was first.
Okay.
Ay, wait lang. Okay.
Mas lagi
Again. After the go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Ralf.
Jhio.
1, 2, 3, go.
Ralf.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, last na. 1, 2, 3, go.
Ralf.
Jhio.
Ralf, nainaw na
Si
dito.
Ralf
Okay.
Si Ralf
I'm sorry, Jhio.
I love you, Jhio. Na, wag mo akong i-fire
Wala
sa
ka
Sango, please. Please.
Tanggal ka na sa
Tinanggal.
Grabe. Okay, sige, yung 3 subjects. Math 10, English 11, Filipino 11. Ayun.
Okay, sige. Yes,
Mali.
tama yun. Jhio, baka gusto mo rin magbigay para naman
Sige,
medyo
Jhio.
fair tayo dito.
Same din yung bibigay ko, English, Filipino, saka Jhio.
Okay, so yan. 2 points for Ralf. Nako, humahabol. Last question na, guys. Shucks, okay. Actually, dito ako natakot eh. Sabi ko, shucks, buti na lang di ako guest today. Alright. So,
Ano na?
sing the first verse of a song for Mary. Oh, yeah.
Jhio.
Go. Okay, Jhio,
Jhio.
go.
Mary for you. For your white and blue.
Ayun.
First line.
Verse.
First verse ba?
Yeah,
Oo.
first verse.
Buuin mo.
first verse? Oh my God.
Oo,
my God.
huwag kang naghahanap ng lyrics.
Sige. Prepare lang ako. Peka lang.
Ralf, do rap ka.
Parang steel char.
Mary for you. For your white and blue.
Wait, first verse, diba?
First verse,
First verse.
Jhio.
Ralf.
Don.
Ralf.
Ayun!
Ayun.
Kinanta rin ni Jhio.
Sky. Oh,
Yan.
yun yan. First verse.
Okay, so,
Ay.
teka,
Papahiya tayo
kakausapin ko
dito.
muna yung mga ano ko, no? Okay na ba yung answer ni Jhio, guys? Mga judges
Oo.
natin dyan? Okay na ba yung
Parang
answer ni
hindi.
Jhio?
Cass, parang wala tayong pinagsamahan, ha?
Marami naman. Bakit ba?
Okay, ayan. Sabi ng
Ay,
ating
nako.
judge, okay na daw yung answer ni Jhio. So, guys, we have a tie. Oh my gosh. 2 for Jhio, 2 for Ralf.
Guys, binigay ko na yun sa inyo eh. Sa inyo na lang.
Cass,
Oo nga.
Mahihirapan
Cass.
kayo eh.
Okay, so, syempre, we have to move on na, guys. I'm so sorry. It's time to move on.
Ako
Meron
win
naman.
eh. Kasi ako nang yung
Pwede.
i-score eh.
True.
Okay, when you come back next time, magpa-play tayo ulit and we're gonna see sino yung defending champion. So, something to look forward to, no, guys? Alright. So, let's take a breather, no? Medyo napawisan din ako doon. Grabe, ang competitive ng air dito ngayon. Grabe. So, medyo, let's go back to the more serious topic, syempre. Like, we have to talk about these stuff, you know? How were you able to balance academics and org life at the same time? Especially in an online setting.
Okay, hello. Welcome back. So, kinuha ko lang yung bag ko for props. For me naman, how was I able? It's really hard, no? Especially juggling so many orgs and so many positions. What I do at most times is at night, I really try to manage my time the next day. Like, wow, magiging tutorial session to eh. Pero, what I do, I keep a planner. Ito yung nakikita niyong planner sa Ateneo Trade. It's by my friend, Nelia. Ayun, like, I really try to make op-skeds or like, time block my day. I really try to plan what I need to do the next day. Or sometimes, I put it sa iPad ko, like, I list down my to-do list for the next day, like the requirements, the deadlines, the things I have to do for orgs. And then, I try to schedule it per time, like kung anong available time na gagawin ko yun. But that's too ideal. Like, at most times, hindi ko yun nasusunod kasi, of course, madaming distractions, may biglang sudden pubs, and last-minute changes. But at least, I really try to keep track of what I need to do. But, like, I also schedule in breaks in between because that's really important. Like, parang, after working for 2 hours, I really try to work for 1 hour. I try to rest for 1 hour. Tapos nakakalimutan ko na yung gagawin kong iba. Joke! Alam mo yun? It's the sake of trying to know what you need to do and keep yourself aligned just so that you don't forget the important things. Yun lang naman for me. Like, that's how I usually balance my org work and life.
Yeah, I know. It's very same with Ralph lang. I also keep a planner, but I also have like a Google Calendar. Ewan ko, parang extra safe lang, extra secure. Para sobrang reminded ka, no, na may gagawin ka. But yeah, so let's try to, get more answers. So let's move on to Cass. Okay, so how do you balance org and academic life?
Well, okay. I guess it's not the most ideal work style kasi ako naman, I allot an entire day for org and then an entire day for ACADS. So if there's one day, usually the ACADS will always come first. Like, I have to finish everything for the next few days so that pag may biglaan na pub or pag may pub that's really big that I have to work on for a long time, I do it during that entire day. And also, sana all nagpa-planner. Hindi ko talaga kaya. My friends know this. Bibili ako ng journal, tas it's just gonna go to my cabinet. As in, it's not my thing. Pero what I do, because nga it doesn't work for me, is when there's a task given to me, I set it on my reminders app with an alarm for at least a day or a few hours before the actual assignment is due. For orgs naman, I feel like you just always have to have allowance time because you never know when there's gonna be an emergency. It's not naman kasi like a fixed schedule like your academics. So parang out of nowhere pwedeng magka-pub or out of nowhere they might need someone to FASI or they might need an extra hand for logistics or something. So talagang you have to always be mindful that people might need you. So you have to make sure that you set your requirements straight for academics first so that you can attend to those things if ever there are those things. So yeah.
Yeah, no, so we see so we see two very different work styles, but it's super okay, no, to everyone who's watching out there. You do what works for you. You do you, girls. Come on. And guys. So yun. Siyempre, ito favorite ko eh. Kanina pa to hype na hype eh. Let's go, Jhio. Ano pa share mo dyan?
Share tips, Jhio.
Siguro on my end, yes. Meeting pala to. It's a mix of Ralph and Cass's work style. So for me, I think I use a Google Calendar. If you get to see my Google Calendar, magugulat ka na lang. Kasi ang daming nag-overlap, ang daming nag-ano. Share ko din sa inyo minsan pag nakita nyo. Sa mga guests dito. But really, on Ralph kasi parang gumagamit ako ng Google Calendar. For Cass naman, I take it day by day. I'm that type of person na day by day. So, kung ano yung kailangan kong gawin today, ginagawa ko na siya. So, nagta-time block ako, kung ano yung mga kailangan ko, due na ba today. In terms of really balancing the ACADS life, I really follow yung synchronous, yung set time for academics ng school. For example, yung schedule, we have from 1 to 2, you have a histo class. So, yung I use it for that time. Unless talaga may org meeting or may class ka, yun yung utilize kong time. But, sometimes you can't really avoid it. Sometimes you have to really cram it or procrastinate some of your deadlines because, org life, personal life. But yeah, it's really balancing everything din talaga na parang, okay, kailangan ko na itong gawin today or due na ba ito today. Kasi yung ACADS mo, madali mo naman magagawa yan eh. Yung org requirements mo, parang may pressure eh, na kailangan mo tapusin din siya eh.
Yes, that's very true, no, Jhio? Parang, I like what you said about taking it day by day. Sometimes kasi we always focus on the bigger picture. I mean, that's fine naman to focus on the bigger picture, think for the long run, long term, ganon. But at the same time, there's something different about looking at life with day by day lang. A day by day kind of style, kind of lens, no? Iga nga sa Polsa, day by day lens, di ba? So, yeah, every day is a new day to change. Every day is a new day to learn and to grow. So to all the freshies out there, you don't have to know everything by the time you step foot in an org. You don't have to know everything. Like, there will be downfalls and there will be successes. But at the end of the day, what matters is that you're really passionate about what you're doing. And that's what you use to pull yourself back up. Oh, diba? Ganon lang yun, guys. Gandang combination. All right. So, syempre, we're on the topic of orgs na, no? Do you think that joining orgs will eventually help you outside Ateneo, you know? Is it still important even in an online setting?
Okay, hello. For me, I think, yeah. I really think na,
Kaya pa, Ralf?
for me kasi, in this online setting, I joined orgs just to like build my character, learn more, and just to like acquire some skills that I didn't have before. That's like one of the reasons then why I joined orgs. I agree with you na I didn't really know what I was getting into in most orgs. Like, I just knew na I really wanted to join Blue Rep, and things didn't go my way there. Like, I was supposed to be performer, pero I ended up being a design and publications member, and now I'm a vice president for it. It's really like it teaches you so many things na hindi mo talaga ma-expect, and that's like one of the reasons why I joined orgs. Like, I think it's still important to join orgs, aside from building your character and acquiring skills. It's because you meet new people, you get company, you like, especially for the people here, parang in this call, like parang I get to meet you guys, diba? Like in orgs, like take for example si Cass, I got to like be co-host with her last year, or si Jhio, he's my boss, or like he's the chief of staff in Sangu. And there's a community talaga in orgs, and that's like one of the reasons why I really love being part of an org. It reminds you that you're not alone in this online setting, even though now you have classmates, you have blockmates, of course, that's given. But joining orgs, it really shows you how vibrant the community here in Ateneo is. Like, aside from the org aspect, like, you get to meet so many people, like, kalogman, super formal, yung nakakatakot, tas malalaman mo palang kalog din. Yung mga boss mo na nakakatakot at first, but then, alam mo yun, parang you get to meet so many people talaga. I'm going around circles, but I just really can't stress about it na you learn from them also in the process of getting to meet them. You get to learn how to interact with people, like you get to build your character, you get to interact with them, make memories. In the online setting, it's something ganun talaga. It's something unique. Like, take for example, last year when I joined Sangu, I got shocked na parang I'd be with my boss from Department of Communications till 5 a.m. in Discord. That's the first time I ever stayed up that late. And ever since then, we build rapport and just this community. Talagang ganun talaga yung super fun thing about joining orgs, aside from learning. So, yeah, ang haba, I'm sorry.
Okay, Cass, you have something to add to that?
I feel like same lang naman with Ralph. It's the people who will give you the experiences. The orgs aren't orgs without the people running it, of course. And I think, it's so important in also in your profession, because I feel like in terms of application, mas malapit yung org life kaysa academic life. Like, well, at least for specific courses, because there are some courses like pre-med, ganon, na talagang kailangan nila yun. Pero like, at least for me, entering advertising, everything, like, I'm learning how to make decks, I'm learning how to create pitches, I'm learning marketing and the importance of market research. Like, these are things that are genuinely important that you can get from your academics, but at the same time, it's different when it's an entire community that's teaching you something. So, other than that, I feel like that's also why I love Goa, is because, like, providing that experience, you're making it easier for orgs to have that experience and to give, like, to enable them to, like, continue teaching students the things that they need to learn for the outside world. So yeah, I think it's very important, definitely important.
Yes, okay. And syempre, Jhio, sorry, do you have anything to share, no?
Kaya mo pa yan, Tish. Siguro, on one end, it's really the committee that you're in. For example, if you're in finance, you really learn about finance. If you're in programs, you learn how to manage a project, you know how to manage a concert, the logistics end of that. But one point of intersectionality between all of the organizations, all of the committees that you're in, and will definitely help you in any career that you choose, is that it teaches you how to communicate. mapa-communications, mapa-finance. It really just teaches you how to talk to people. How do you get opinions from them? How do you bounce off these opinions? And how do you make things happen with just your communication skills? It really teaches you that. It teaches you inter and intrapersonal communication skills. It teaches you to talk to yourself. How are you doing? Kaya mo pa ba? Gora ka pa ba? Or for others then, gora ka pa ba? It's really finding out how you can best achieve a project, a goal within your set committee and set career. Thank you.
Yeah, napaka-fruitful ng discussion natin here, no? Sana nag-die down na tayo from the adrenaline from kanina. Okay. So, syempre, since we're on the topic of how important it is to join orgs, even in an online setting, what do you think is the most fulfilling thing about being part of an org?
Okay. For me kasi, I'm a creatives member. One of the fun things talaga when you get to do pubs is when you put it out there. You just post it. Like, you put it out there. Like, showing your work. That's something, because behind those pub mats are so many people working together. Promotions, creatives, HR, different departments working on just like one entire project. Because like, diba, when you set out the collateral out there, it has so many meaning into it. Like, ang daming people who work behind it for that event, for that initiative or whatnot. And yun, like, putting it out there, it's a thrill. Like, especially when people join, get interested in whatever your advocacies were. That's super fulfilling because they get to enjoy what you worked hard on. And that's something we really love. And aside from that, parang, yeah, like, one of the most fulfilling then would be looking back on how you started. Parang take, for example, for me, I really resonated with what Jhio said earlier about communication. Because honestly, for me, communication is one of like the things I had to work on this year. Like, as a freshman, parang I wasn't really, I learned how to be transparent. That's something to be, like, I learned how to be transparent, communicate effectively, how to just collaborate and coordinate with different people, because you're gonna, like, in orgs, you're gonna meet so many people and you really have to learn how to grow, how to communicate properly. And seeing where you are right now, like seeing where you were from last year, that's really fulfilling. Like, the growth and the journey you've had so far. Wow, it's The Climb by Miley Cyrus, perhaps. Yun, parang ganon, like that vibe na parang looking back and seeing how much you've grown. That's something I really loved and like really looked like it's really so fulfilling talaga. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I resonate with that, Ralf. Trust the process, diba? Because how will you enjoy the peak, no, if you didn't enjoy the climb? Diba? Ayan. Okay, how about Cass? Let's go.
I think same thing with Ralph because we're both from creatives, and it's just like when it's finally up there, like when the blast is finally up there, and alam mong pinagpuyatan mo yun for like 2 nights in a row na parang lahat ng posibleng hotkey sa Photoshop inaral mo para lang matapos mo yung pubmat na yun. Pero it's insane like just seeing your work up there, like finding out na you're really proud about everything that you've done and that you're proud of yourself. I think that's the biggest payoff, is to genuinely say that kahit na I have self-deprecating jokes and I completely complain about being tired 24/7, that no matter what happens, you're proud of yourself for achieving whatever you achieve, no matter how big or how small that achievement is. And I guess another fulfilling part of being in an org is the fact that there will always be that community that will keep you safe and that will be very considerate about where you are in life. Like, they'll allow you to shine, but at the same time, they'll take care of you. Like, they'll embrace you and they'll teach you everything that you need to know, but also they'll trust you to do your job. So, yun nga, it's also fulfilling na parang when you get appointed for something that you didn't even ask for, it's nice to know that your team or your boss or like the higher ups understand that you can handle that project. It's also fulfilling when let's be honest with ourselves, validation is very fulfilling. Like finding out from yung mga mentors niyo na parang them telling you that you did a great job because you know that you did a great job. And in general, I feel like when you reach that point wherein you're asking for, let's say, edits or something, and then they finally say na parang like, I don't see anything wrong with this, go na, post na. That's like one of the most fulfilling things, at least for me as creative. Kasi parang that's when I know na I finally got the hang of things and what this org wants or what this org needs. And I feel like I can serve them better because now it's gonna be faster enough for me to work. I don't have to adjust anymore to their art style. I don't have to adjust anymore to the type of collaterals that they need. Pero outside naman of like a creative point of view, for like, let's say, programs, the fulfilling part is seeing the event talaga. Like when it finally happens and then you have that like meeting at the end and you're all like, guys, tapos na, like, congrats. Like, it's just, yun nga, it's the same thing with Ralf. Like, I think the best way I can describe it is, you guys know that scene in Ratatouille, yung binibigyan ni Remy yung kapatid niya ng cheese tsaka ng grape. Tapos kinain niya yung cheese tsaka yung grape. Tapos nagka-swirly lines tsaka music. Tapos that's it eh. Like, that's the final part of the event. Parang, wow, this is the mixture of all of our hard work. We're finally here. So yeah, it's the payoff talaga.
Yeah, that was a very nice answer, no, Cass? So, syempre, for our culminating statement, how about Mr. Jhio Camama?
Culminating talaga. Pero, same with caster programs. It's really seeing the event come alive. Yun yung, along with seeing the event come alive, having that final meeting na yung buntong hininga na, tapos na, yun na yun, sobrang ganda. And siguro on another point, it's the stress. Not really, the combined stress. Lahat kayo stress, pero you're together. And at a point, cheesy man, that's what matters. You're stressed together. And you can get over that stress together again. Pero in terms of HR or more on member management, siguro relating na rin to the theme of Sonder, you get to find out more about other people. You get to explore that. You get to find out that they have different lives of their own, different experiences, different contexts. So you really be amazed by that, especially with the work that on my end, the work that I do. You get to find out more about people na, oh, they did this and that, they're like this pala, they're like the valedictorian of their class. But you never really know about that on first-hand look. You get to know more about them. And I think that's what's fulfilling with the orgs. Because in Ateneo especially, so many people come from different places and different backgrounds. And you get to explore that. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, no? That's very good answers from our guests. So yeah, I just wanted to reiterate, we all started from something. And it's okay to start from zero. It's super okay to start from zero. You learn and you live along the way, no? Alright, so, syempre, hindi naman mawawala ang Fast Talk sa Kwentuhang MVP, one of my favorite segments. So, guys, I'm just gonna ask you a few prompts. So, yeah, just choose one. Okay, for our first prompt, Google Calendar or Notion?
Notion.
Gcal.
Gcal, hands down.
Sorry,
Okay, Ralph, I go for Notion. Okay,
sabi mo Gcal!
Well, actually guys, lahat eh. Kasi alam mo yung napaka-indecisive na...
Both
Okay.
same.
So, go to online org tool.
Oh my god, this is so hard. But Discord and when to meet for sure.
I say Discord and Google Docs.
Let us meet and Google Sheets.
Ayan, Google Sheets. I'm a big fan of Google Sheets. Okay, Coalesce 2020 or Sonder 2021?
Sonder 2021.
Sonder 2020.
Sonder. Ako din Sonder. Okay, describe your org experience so far in one word.
Wild. Joke growth.
Sige, Ratatouille. Kaya nagets nila yung...
Unknown.
Unknown. Ayun.
Enigma.
May pa-unknown. Okay. Ito, medyo, we have to address this, no? Lastly, are DP blasts important? Yes or no lang, guys. Go on. Let's do this.
My why or why not? Pero, of course, why? Because ang galing nito for promotions, yun lang.
I say, yes, dude, it's part of the system na. Di ka pwede mag-event pag walang DB Blast. Di na yun gagana.
Kahit oversaturated ng Facebook, go pa lang. DP Blast forever.
Forever.
True.
Alright. So, thank you so much, guys, for participating in our fast talk, no? So, before we leave some words of before we formally end, no? Wrong part pala ng script yung binabasa ko. May you want to leave like a few words of encouragement for our freshies?
Okay, I feel like just to sum up everything we've talked about here is that never be afraid to explore and jump into the thick of Rec Week. Charot! Ayun, into the thick of it. Joke lang. But yeah, on a more serious note, just be willing and be open to things that resonate with you and you think you'd grow in. Because honestly, that's one of the things that I really tried to live by and try to think if it's essential. Yun nga. Like, does it match with your goals and advocacies? Does it match with your time and resources? Or are you willing to grow in this? So yeah, those are the questions that you have to live by when joining orgs. And just be willing for anything, honestly. At the same time, taking into consider those that I brought up. So, yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's move on to Cass.
I feel like you always have to remember that if the org is for you, everything will fall into place. If not, that's completely fine. Because for one, you're a freshman. Like, it's so weird saying freshman because I still feel like a freshman pero I feel like the easiest way to get through it is to remember that you are human and that you are a student first. Remember that you have your priorities and no matter how much pressure is placed upon you, that you can deny that pressure and turn it into something that you enjoy. You don't always have to think of things as work. You can think of them as fun. They can be your rest time. I honestly find nothing wrong with org work or talking with your org mates as rest time. That's completely fine if that's what makes you happy. And also, wag kayo masyadong atat. Alam kong, like, you're like, oh, I don't want to leave this org because I might be an officer next year. Hindi. You can still be an officer in a different org. Kahit third year ka pa, pumasok. By fourth year, pwede ka maging officer. Pwede ka maging EB. Look at Ralf. Last year, he just joined Blue Rep. Now he's VP. It's not a time thing. It's how good you are at what you do. It doesn't matter kung gaano katagal ka na nandun. Gets? So, ayun. Always make sure that you're passionate about what you're doing. Yun nga. And also, Ateneo wouldn't be Ateneo without its org life. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Amen.
So, join an org. Definitely. Or 5.
Or 5. Ayan, join an org or 5. No? Yun na yung catchphrase natin for this week's episode. Okay, Jhio, how about you?
Siguro 2 points again. First is, it might seem overwhelming right now with how many organizations are having their DP blast, having their events, having their promotion scheme put out a pub. It might seem really overwhelming right now. But you don't have to panic and rush into joining an org immediately. Remember, you have 4 years in Ateneo. You can join an org that you like in 3rd year, or 2nd year, or 4th year. Hindi mo kailangan mag-join right now. And if you want to take a break from having such a wild organization life when you're high school, sure, there's nothing wrong with that. You have all, as they say, you have all the time in the world to choose. And on another point, if you're afraid that you're going to join an org and you're not going to be able to join all the events and participate in creating a project, always remember the specific value that we all exemplify Magis. It's not the quantity, the amount that you do. It's how much you do, how much effort you put into one. It's really going the extra distance and not measuring how long you did it, but going the matter of how the extra distance you went for that project. Okay lang kahit isa lang, kahit dalawa lang out of 10. But if you put your whole heart into it, that's enough. And people will see that. Your EBs, your heads, your bosses will see that. And if they don't, then maybe that's not the word for you.
Yeah,
And thank you.
May ano na tayo dito
One last thing lang.
Go.
Guys, remember never to overcommit because you will hurt the people around you. That is the biggest thing, I guess.
So
Tama.
true. That is
Next
so
rule.
true. I felt that
True.
also. Okay, no, just to sum everything up. You know, guys, the org life talaga, it's a vibrant org community in Ateneo. And I feel that you will find a place. And sometimes it just takes time. And it's alright. It's super alright if it would take you time pa. And it's just fine. You have to remember to set your boundaries and to always, you know, put yourself first. I mean, who are you doing this for ba, di ba? I mean, kung wala ka naman in the picture, sino gagawa ng lahat na yon, di ba? Okay, so, afraid to say, guys, we have to end even though I'm loving our energy and our kwentuhan today. But that has been our second episode for this year's Kwentuhang MVP, no? Thank you so much to Ralf, Cass, and Jhio, my mga ka-BS, kapwa ka-BS org, for joining us here today. Ayan, sige, first time. And enlightening us about our org experiences. From trying out as Freshies and now as fully fledged BS orgs. And of course, a big thank you to everyone who tuned in to today's episode. And of course, we hope to see you again next week for another round of meaningful conversations. This has been Tish Lumibao, your super bubbly, oh so lovely 5'2" cutie from 2AB DepIR, and this has been Kwentuhang MVP. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye!